Ladies and gentlemen, here's Ida.
Hello, everyone! Dr. Harris, my classmates. Tonight I want to talk to you about how you can make a difference. You can be a person that influences others around you. How can a person make a difference? How can they be of influence? Well, I'm glad that you asked that question because that's what we're going to talk about tonight. There are different principles that a person can have in order to become a great leader. But I'm going to speak about two specific principles: initiative and determination. And I want to share with you what these two words means. The first one, initiative. It is the ability to assess and initiate things independently. It is the power or opportunity to act or take charge before others do. What is determination? It is simply not giving up. No matter how hard things may get or how badly you want to give up, you just keep on going. Many people spend their entire lives waiting for something to happen. They wait around to see if someone will notice them or ask them, would you like to be a leader? Would you like to be in charge? And the truth is that as we wait around, most of the time that's not going to happen, or the percentage of that happening are probably very slim to none. Many people think that because they don't possess a title as a leader, they don't have a degree or a license, they're not good enough to be able to do something with themselves or do something greater from what they've already been doing. But I want to share with you that that's not the case. You can make a difference. You can be a person of influence. In the last few weeks, I read this book that is titled, You Don't Need a Title to Be a Leader. And this book is by Mark Sanborn. And in this book, it talks about how good leaders does not depend on a title to be a positive influence to others. I want to share with you two testimonials about two women, ordinary women, that made a difference in their environment. One of them is a lady named Andrea Stadler, and she's mentioned in this book. And this woman, she held many talents, and she held many positions at the school where she worked at. Her positions entitled being an accountant, a nurse, a receptionist, a secretary, an admissions director, a supply coordinator, and counselor. And none of these positions that she held, she had a title, the proper license, to be able to take on such responsibilities. But that did not impede her from becoming a great, powerful leader. Stadler had something greater than just a title. She had kind and an understanding heart. She went out of her way to help those around her. For example, there was this situation with a young boy from high school who had lost his girlfriend in a tragic car accident. This young man was depressed and had fallen behind in all of his classes. And in the eyes of the people, pretty much he was collateral damage. But Stadler recognized those symptoms. And what did she do? She befriended this young boy. She helped him with his grades. And not only did she help him with his grades, but also help him graduate from high school. Her life was about influencing others in a significant way. The next lady I want to talk about, we've heard about her in history. We hear about her today, and we will continue to hear about this woman tomorrow. Why? Because she made a stand, a common woman that decided that she was going to make a difference. And we all know who she is. Her name is Rosa Parks, an African-American woman who refused to give up the seat on a bus in 1955. And as a result, because of her action, she began the civil rights movement and ended the segregation. Though she was a common woman, she was one of the leaders who influenced the civil rights movements. She left a legacy. She was recognized and has been recognized all over the world. We continue to hear about her today, like I mentioned. And you know that our children and the next generation will continue to hear about this woman. What did these two ladies have in common? Initiative and determination is what made these women do what they did. Ordinary human beings, like you and me, who didn't have to wait for someone to notice them, but they stood up and they did what many people with titles and degrees and licenses would not do. God has given us talents and abilities. And sometimes we underestimate what we have. And sometimes we say, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do that, I don't have the right preparation. So we pretty much sabotage our abilities and we say, no, that's for somebody else. But God has given us these gifts and talents for a purpose so that we can use these talents and abilities to influence, to mentor, and to coach those who are around us. We don't do it to be recognized. We do it because we care. We do it expecting nothing in return. A title does not describe what a person does in his or her position. In the book, as I mentioned before that I read on Mark Sanborn's, he describes it in this book. Quote, a title only suggests that a person has responsibilities for others and for getting others' results. That's what the title represents. It just represents those responsibilities that we have as leaders. But there are individuals who do not hold that title, but are of great influence and lead those around them. So tonight, my heart's desire for each and every one of us is to leave here tonight knowing that you do not need a title to be a person of influence. That you can have a title, the title that God has given you. The title to be able to use your abilities. The talents, like the lady from the school. She went out of her way and she reached to this young man. We can reach to someone. It is the small little things, the little gestures. When we reach someone, we're influencing them. So I encourage you that if there's anything that has hindered you from doing something greater than what you have done, that through this speech, you remember that you don't need that title. Thank you, and God bless.